Hello, my name is Keeley and you're watching my booktube channel. Today I am filming my December wrap-up. I read 6 books in the month of December. They were all fairly good and I am excited to share them with you. I actually didn't start reading until like the 3rd week of December because I had finals, but then I was on Christmas break, so I just read as much as I could in the last like 2 weeks of December. So let's get on into it. The first book I read in the month of December is The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. This is a reread for me. This is the first time I have read them since like 2008, whenever they came out. I read them right when they came out. So since then, it's been so many years, and after the movies ended, I just got super nostalgic and I just wanted to reread the series. So I'm going to be reading them over a period of 3 months. And I read this one and I loved it, gave it 5 out of 5 stars, of course. It's just so good and I missed this world so much, even though we had the movies, but it's just like, I don't know, I already miss them so much after the movies ended. And if you haven't read The Hunger Games, first of all, where have you been? Second of all, go pick it up. It is so good. The next book I read was My True Love Gave to Me by a bunch of the authors, and it's edited by Stephanie Perkins. I loved this book. There were a few short stories in here that I gave like 2 stars, but the majority of them were like 4 or 5 stars. I think my favorite was either Rainbow Rowell, of course, that one was so good, or, let me find who it's by, I can't remember, or Stephanie Perkins, obviously. That was the first Stephanie Perkins thing I had ever read, so I was really excited about it, and I am excited to read more from her because I really enjoyed it, and it was just really good and perfect for the Christmas time, and it was really quick, and it was just very good, so you should definitely pick this up if you haven't. The next book I read was Of Neptune by Anna Banks. This is the 3rd and final book in the Serena Legacy trilogy. If you don't know, the Serena Legacy trilogy follows a girl named Emma who is somehow entwined with the mermaid world. They're called Serena. They don't like to be called mermaids, but she's somehow entwined, and they find her and they're like, why are you breaking the laws? Why are you living on land? What's going on? And so it's just her journey. I actually think that it should have been a duology, but I still give this one 4 stars because I just love this series so much because I love mermaids and Emma is basically me. But it would have been perfect if it just ended at 2 books. This was kind of unnecessary, but still all the same, it was very good. The next book I read was The Infancy by Rick Yancey. This is the 2nd book in the 5th Wave trilogy, and I actually enjoyed it. I know a lot of people didn't like this one, but I did. I did not enjoy it as much as the 5th Wave, though. I loved the 5th Wave. I still give this one 4 out of 5 stars, and I'm not going to describe much of it just because it is a sequel and I don't want to spoil, but it just follows some different characters that we met in the 5th Wave, but we didn't really get to get into their stories, and so that was really interesting, and I do love all these characters, and the way that it ended, oh my gosh, I am so excited to see what happens in the last star because I need to know what happens. And the next book I read was Landline by Rainbow Rowell. This is the 3rd Rainbow Rowell book I've ever read, other than her little short story, and I really enjoyed it. 4 out of 5 stars. This is actually an adult book of hers, and it follows this woman who is having trouble with her marriage, and when her husband goes to stay with his parents for Christmas, she calls him on her old like high school phone, and it actually takes her back to 1998 husband of hers, and she gets to see if this is a chance to fix her marriage or end it or what. So it's very interesting and very dramatic, but like good dramatic, you know, like it just keeps you interested and you're like, what's she gonna do, because you don't know, and then it's like, wow, oh my gosh, and it's just really cute. Rainbow Rowell, her writing style is just so perfect, and she is like queen of contemporary, let me just tell you. And the last thing I read in the month of December was actually my first graphic novel I have ever read, and that is Scott Pilgrim's Precious Little Life Volume 1 by Brian Lee O'Malley, and this was so funny. I love the Scott Pilgrim movie, so I decided to pick this up, and it was exactly like the movie, like exactly. It's like they took this book and was just like, okay, this is your script, and gave it to the actors. It was so good, so funny, and it just kept me so into it, and I don't know how, like I like the art style, but I don't like that it's like black and white. I was kind of wishing there was some color in there, but nonetheless it was good. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. So these are all the books that I read in the month of December. I read 67 books for the year, which is pretty good considering in 2014 I read 66. So I read one more than I did in 2014, and I am very pleased with that. I read some amazing books. Let me know down below what your favorite book of the entire year was, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!